Hello, today I will teach you how to fly a DJI Avada and a DJI FPV. So we'll go through the mistakes I did when I first started that are not, it's just you're too excited and you forget to do some steps, really. So before you fly, always make sure you inspect your FPV, your drone, and you always want to remove the camera protector, because I flew a lot of times with this on it and I had to land it back and it's just annoying. So the battery goes at the end. That's what I do and it works for me, so you can find your own way if you don't like my way. You always want to put the propellers. So if you look here, this has red, this doesn't, this motor. So this propeller goes to the gray, and this propeller that has the red circle goes to the red motor, let's call it. So it takes 2 seconds to put this together. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so I just thought of it, and I think the camera protector should come off at the end, so while you install the propellers you don't accidentally touch or damage the camera. So I'm inspecting the drone and everything looks tight and good. The propellers look fine, everything around it is okay. So now we install the battery. So click the battery, plug it. Now before we go ahead and fly it, I want to talk about the DJI Avada 1, because the number 2 is out. So I'll just put this here. So the DJI Avada has the advantage that it has propeller guards, so you do not have to remove the propellers when you put it away. Well, you don't have to remove the propellers on the DJI FPV if you have the proper case for it, that you can store it with the propellers on. So the DJI Avada has the negative side of it is that it's top heavy, smaller than the FPV, and it just makes it a little bit harder to fly on windy conditions. I wouldn't recommend flying it on windy situations. The Avada though, you can fly it on a windy day. Just if you can avoid it, it's better, because there's always accidents can happen. But I flew it as a new FPV pilot. I flew it without a problem. I flew both of them without a problem. It's just like this one is very shaky and the wind manipulates it a lot. And now we're gonna go. So the DJI Avada, has less steps because you don't have to install the prop guards. So you just remove the camera protector and you install the battery. Perfect, battery secure. So this is it. Now you always want to have a neck strap for the controller, because you can just let go of it and do something else instead of finding a place to put it down, and also it makes it a bit easier. Now the goggles, the DJI goggles, are very sensitive to the sun, so I'll show you in a second what I mean. They can get, in a second, they can get white spots when when the sun hits directly the lenses. So that's why I have this lens cover, so the sun does not hit the inside of the goggles. And I've 3D printed this and this, so it costed me basically nothing compared to buying it ready. So this is from my 3D printer. And now if you're going to take off from the table, you want to take off the table all of the lightweight objects, or technically you should take off everything, because an accident can happen. And I will be flying the DJI FPV first, so I'll put this away. Let's see how the battery, okay, it's holding up. So I hope this new mic works and I'm not talking for no reason. So now, first step is powering up the drone. There we go. You can hear it. I like that sound. So now you power up the controller. Perfect. And now you're powering up, you're opening the antennas of the goggles, and you're powering up too. Perfect. Now I will be showing you, it's a little bit windy today, so I don't know if I'm going to fly the Avada, but I will definitely fly the FPV, and I will be doing a little tutorial. So you want to put it as far as you can from your face, because those blades are dangerous. Okay, perfect. So what I do is I always I take off my goggles, I watch the drone while it takes off, then I put my goggles on, so in case the drone falls back at me, I can either push it away, or you never know, you just want to be safe. And then sorry. So you start the motors, you let them warm up a little bit, and it's a little bit windy, so I'm just gonna back off a little bit because I don't want this to fly in my face. And 1, 2, 3. There you go. So now, perfect. Now that it's far away, we put the goggles on, and manual mode enabled, switched manual mode. So now we're flying. Okay. So I will be recording. Okay. The good thing about the DJI Avada, the DJI Avata and FPV is that while you're flying in manual mode and you decide that you're done with it, or you are about to hit or lose control or hit an object, there is a pause button that you pause it and it switches you to normal mode, which can save you a lot of money and the drone and a lot of time. But honestly, the DJI FPV is my favorite. You can build, if you don't want to buy the DJI FPV, you can always build your own drone, but I would suggest you start off with something more beginner friendly, because if you build your own FPV, yes, you can still learn from it, but it's going to cost you more, because you will definitely have accidents, and it's totally up to you. So now we're flying over a bush, so there's no danger, even if I lose control, to hit anybody. And it's just better to fly where there's no people. So right now I'm like, also the view is nice. I'll do some tricks. Okay. The sky is beautiful. And also, if you live in the countryside, you don't know how the area looks unless you fly a drone high, so then you really see how the place you live looks like. Let's do a flip. Okay, there you go. So the DJI FPV has a 4K 30 frames per second video, which I find is amazing. So for the price, you get a good drone with a good camera, you get a good controller, and I have the DJI Integra goggles, and what I love about them is that I don't have to have extra cables to carry a battery with me, but also that works both ways, because I might not have cables running down my face, but if my battery runs out, I have to wait for it to recharge. But the battery holds up really well. Like I can do like 3-4 flights without it dying on me. But if you have the option to switch batteries, it's just more convenient. Also, if you have the Fly More kit, which I don't yet, but I'll do a little dive. There we go. I really like this tree here. I might fly the Avada too there, because it looks like the wind has calmed down a little bit. There we go. So the Avada is more precise flying, so you can fly it indoors, and it's not as torquey and fast as the FPV. Okay. Now mind you, I'm still a new pilot and this is all new to me, and accidents may occur. Well, accidents may occur even on professionals, but it's more chance of occurring to beginners. Okay, that was not... I just... okay, low battery, return home. So that's a good thing with the... DJI, that a lot of people don't like. It does a lot of things for the pilot, which a traditional drone doesn't. But it can say, like right now I was flying it and I wasn't paying attention to the battery percentage. And okay, so now we take off the goggles. Okay. There we go. So now we want to shut it off. Perfect, shut off now, I'll put it away. Now we will bring this guy, let me see if it's still battery, perfect. So now I still use the same controllers and goggles for the Avada. Only thing, I have to pair the controller with the Avada and switch on the goggles from the FPV to the Avada. So turn it on. So now that it's turned on, the first step is hold the button on the battery for 5 seconds until it does a noise. There we go. So I hold now 5 seconds on the controller. And I switch the mode from the goggles. Perfect. Okay, so now we're looking for FPV. No, Avada, sorry. Avada, there we go. Switch. Switching. Successful, okay. Perfect. Now just need to wait for it to catch GPS signal. Awesome. I don't, okay, it's not recording. Home point updated. Perfect. So now the Avada is more safe, which doesn't make it less dangerous, but it's more safe, you know what I mean? So now I'm recording on the Avada. Again, take off my goggles, start up the motors. See how it looks. Okay. So now I'm flying and oh, okay. At the end I have a little trick to show you on the Avada how to shut it off in an emergency. So now I'm manual mode. Okay, manual mode, perfect. Now there we go. Ooh, perfect. I don't know if the Avada has a better camera, but it definitely looks, the colors are more bright. Wow. So you can fly it more in tight spaces. A little dive, okay, no. So the problem with the Avada is that it's very noisy. And for its size, it's not. Wow, that was close. I like doing dives. They're more risky and more fun, but okay. So the thing with the Avada is that if you've flown the FPV, DJI FPV, and then you fly the Avada, you will know that it feels much lighter, which you don't touch either of them when they fly, but for some reason it just feels more sensitive to the controller and more lightweight. And that is okay, that was not. The sky is beautiful. Whoa. Okay, that was not. What? Wow. High wind velocity switched me to normal mode, which was not. That's the only thing I don't like about the Avada, is that when you put the camera facing down, you can see the prop guards, but I guess you can't have everything. So, okay, so let's go back to manual mode. Perfect. So the reason why I didn't go with the Pavo Pico or the Pavo 20 is the battery life kind of like was a deal breaker for me. Like, even though the Avada says 18 minutes, on manual mode it's more like 8 minutes, but it's still better than 2 to 4 minutes that the Pavo Pico has, or 2 to 5 minutes that the Pavo 20. Also, I got a good deal on the Avada, so it would have been the same price as buying the Pavo Pico or Pavo 20 with the O3 air unit. Okay, I forget there's cables here. Okay. So yeah. Whoa! I almost hit myself there. Okay. Oh, that was okay. That was not it. Let's chill for a bit. It's not good. Okay, let's go. There you go. So let's do a little bit of a tight spot flying on sport mode, because manual mode is, I'm not there yet, clearly. I'm not there yet. For me, that's tight, but could always go tighter. Okay, let's go again. I don't know what I'm doing right now, guys. So the good thing about both drones is that when you're in normal mode, on sport mode, you can always click to have a fast response to the camera to change views. Okay, even though I like sport mode, I prefer manual. That's the whole point of the FPV. Okay, you know what? Not my day today. I'm just gonna park this guy because I've almost crashed him like twice. Let's do it with the goggles, okay? That is stressful as it gets. Okay, so now we want to power off the aircraft. Perfect. You want to power off the controller. Perfect. And you usually, if you don't have a spot with there's like no sun, you always want to be facing this side towards the sun and putting the lens cover on where the sun doesn't hit it, and then storing it in your box. So I'll be doing this in the shade, so it's just safer. Good. Perfect. So now the good thing about having okay, no, that's what I want to say, but I will say the other thing that I want to mention is that if you're handy and you like to save a little bit of money, I definitely recommend you get into 3D printing. You will not regret it, and you will thank me later down the road. You can literally do a lot of things for a lot of hobbies, not just FPV, and a lot of everyday life things. Like, for example, just a random thing is that I found one of my grandfather's watches, and I wanted to change the battery. I brought it to a place to get the battery changed. The guy told me that he would charge me $100 to get the battery inspected. Now, that's not every place, but that's what will happen to me, so I'm sharing my experience. And he told me that it would cost $100 to send the watch in to get it inspected because it was an old watch and it wasn't working. And long story short, I 3D printed the tool that removes the back plate of a watch. I ordered a $3 battery pack that had 2 batteries in it from Amazon. I 3D printed the tool, so it costed me altogether the price for the batteries and the tool, which costed me nothing because I 3D printed it. And literally I had a watch that was working fine without paying $100. So that's just one of the examples, and there's many more if you ask other people. So now I will be putting back the camera guards so the cameras are good. Also, do a favor to yourself and clean the lens before you fly, because I always forget, and if you fly with a dirty lens, there's no point. So let me fix that. It's about the what I said about the camera. It's 4K at 60 frames per second, or 60p, which should be frames. But anyways, I'm just a humble guy saying his humble opinion. So the camera protectors are on, propellers are off, batteries are off. I'll take this battery off too. And there we go. Perfect. So you always want to be careful when you charge your batteries, even though they're smart batteries. You want to keep the life of the battery life as healthy as possible, which means don't charge them right after you were flying it, because the batteries are still hot. Let them cool down, then charge them the day before or the day that you're going to use them. And if you can see from this far, both my drones have a GoPro mount on it. Even though the Avada could probably carry a naked GoPro, the DJI can carry a full GoPro, but I've seen it struggle with my Insta360 X3. So other people say otherwise. I just say what I experienced so far. So yeah, I could be wrong, but to my experience, that's what happened. And don't be scared to start flying FPV. It looks intimidating, but it's not. And I went with DJI. I didn't build one yet, but my third one is going to be I will be building it with one of my friends from Greece. He's a pro FPV pilot. I'm a new guy, but he's been in the hobby for a while. Very nice guy. I will post his YouTube channel down below so you can go follow him. And I'll be probably making a video with him in the future. I'll ask. I haven't talked to him about it yet, so he might see the video and hit me up so we can collab. Please collab with me, Adria. And I hope this video helped at least one person. If it did help you, just let me know that it did help you, and that would really make my day to see that I've encouraged somebody to start flying FPV that was hesitant about it. And if you have any other questions that I can answer, let me know. And if I can't answer it, I will ask my friend from Greece, Mr. Adria, that he's a pro, and I will answer your question. I hope this mic has been recording this whole time, because I'll be very mad if it hasn't. So, perfect. That's the video for today. And the camera is still recording. Awesome. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good day.